Oh, Kalen, Whippledriff's signature move Tempest got changed, and now it kinda makes Whippledriff a pretty good threat. Let's get into it. Oh, Kalen, jumping into the set, we're running the ability Glide, which will give us a +1 speed increase after each time that we use an air-type move. For the held item, we're running specialty boots to increase our speed stat even more so. Then for the moves, we're running Tempest, which will use our speed stat to calculate the damage when we're attacking the opponent, rather than our range attack stat. Think about how Body Crash and Stratagem work, but instead of the defensive stats, it uses speed instead. And because this is an air-type move, it'll trigger our Glide ability to let us hit even harder after every consecutive use. Then we have Nature's Force, which is our strongest plant stab option. Luster Loot will offer us a fairly good coverage option, and Gust will let us remove entry hazards while also increasing our speed stat, although we generally aren't going to be using this move unless we get hit with Slapdown. Although there are some other options that you could consider, like Life Drain or Pine Shot if you want a different plant stab move. Photosynthesis can let you stay around for a lot longer by healing yourself. Snow Spores, Static Spores, Wonder Herb and Sap Plant can help with support, or you could even run something like Bequeath if you want to try and pass the speed increases to an ally. And then finally for the TPs and personalities, we have 200 speed TPs and a very nimble personality to make us as fast as possible. The 200 range attack TPs will then let us hit as hard as possible with any moves that aren't Tempests. We don't really need to invest into our energy stat, so 4 energy TPs will do. And then the 88 health TPs and 8 melee defense TPs are leftovers to increase our overall bulk. And the reason why we aren't dumping them all into our health stat is to make sure our health stat is odd, because we're quad weak to icicle traps. Oh, Kalen, hopping into the first battle, and I'm not gonna lie, this is a little bit rough. I see Pyrolin, most likely Fanning Flame, Meditoad, which, especially if it's Sly, is a pretty good check and counter to Whippledriff, and a nice type, so yeah, a little unfortunate, and also their own Whippledriff. Okay, let's go for the Mamask lead and try and get some entry hazards down. This is Meditoad versus apparently a Diborg. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Barbs. We're most likely gonna get hit with a Zip Zap. I'm going to assume... Also, we know that they have Meditoad now, and... Ow! That did a lot of damage. That did way too much damage. That is not Sly. That is 1,000,000% Watcher Goggles or Spectoad. I'm pretty sure that's a Spectoad. Because I went Galash, that's kind of a little bit concerning. I don't want to lose my mask immediately, but I don't exactly have like the greatest switch in for it. I guess I can just go for a Slapdown. We should outspeed it. I don't think this is the boot user because they have a Whippledriff. It's Gloves. Okay, that's actually pretty good to get rid of one. Venom Chomp, okay. They were most likely expecting the Tsukame switch in, which is fair, but I just don't have it. And that critical hit would have done a big freaking number to it, so I'm glad I don't have it, because I definitely would have switched into it. Here, I think we just go Whippledriff. Actually, I could have probably just gone for more entry hazards, just to do a little bit more chip damage for Pyrolin and Meditoad, but that's fine. I'm just gonna go for Nature's Force here, because Galash could have Chili Chomp. But nope, they go for the withdrawal into Cramboss. Okay, Nature's Force line is probably better here, it will do more to it. So yeah, this is why I like having the offensive Whippledriff. Some people run like 200 speed with boots, and just Tempest as their attacking move, and then like free support moves like Gust, Snow Spores, Static Spore, or something like that. I think having the attacking one is kind of nice though, just so I can hit things like Cramboss or like Tyrex for example. So I'm a little bit more threatening. For the Cramboss slow, I don't think it can actually hit Krakaloa, especially if I Soul Burst. Oh, it's a Battle Chime Cramboss. I could have just hit it again. I definitely should have hit it. Also, Diborg might have also been pretty good just so I could barter it, but I'm kind of going to try and save that for their Whippledriff if possible. Let's go for Soul Burst then, and Flare Blast, it shouldn't miss in Heat Wave. So yeah, let's just do this. Although, thinking about it, that is kind of crazy that they went into Cramboss to try and tank a Whippledriff. Does that mean that they don't have Pyrolon? If they don't, that's pretty good for me. They still have Meditoad, but I don't think it's Sly. Oh, it has Primal Slash. I lived low? I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot I got this thing Primal Slash. I completely forgot. I shouldn't have Soul Bursted, but even at +6, it doesn't one-shot Crackaloa. What? That is pretty absurd. Hearlen, I think we just go into Plasmoth, right? There's no point to sack Crackaloa right now. We're definitely gonna sack it, but definitely not right now. Zips up again. Yeah, that is definitely Spectoad. I can't tell if it's one Moo Spectoad though, or like two Moo Spectoad. Galash is back out. We actually outspeed it, so I'm gonna go for Zip Zap. I 100% outspeed it. Yeah. Nice. It does live with 1 health, but that's fine. And then here we can just go into Crackaloa and sack Crackaloa. And now I can go into Whippledriff and go for a Tempest to get a speed increase immediately. They should just let Galash go down here. It's probably not a good idea to switch out. Although, if they do, if it switches back in, it's just going to go down to Fab. So yeah, they should just let it go down. Of course I get a critical hit against a Galash when it's one shot. Are you kidding me, man? Really? Whippledriff? What the heck? Okay, there is the Meditoad. It's getting chipped down, okay? Slowly, but surely. We just go back into Plasmoth. We need more damage on the Meditoad. I'm assuming Glow is going to go for Zip Zap again. Yeah, this is definitely just one Moo Spectoad, right? So, good job I have Plasmoth, otherwise I physically don't have anything to switch into this. This is my only switch in for it, and we're still getting chunked. Pyrolon, they have got Pyrolon, damn it. This does kind of suck as well. Plasmoth is pretty good against, like, maybe all of the last Loomians, so that's alright. Let's go for Rejuvenate here. They're most likely going to go for Burn Up. Yeah, I think they're going to go for Burn Up. Let's go for Rejuvenate because I want all my health back. Don't get rid of my Babs, come on. No, oh, just Flare Blast, that's fine. Ow! And I got burnt, so I die. Are you kidding me? Because that did so much damage, hear me out. Hear me out. It is 1,000,000% volcanic. 1,000,000%. This is how confident I am. Yeah. Yeah. That did so much damage. Damn. Okay, bro, you gotta chill. Here's a second Tempest for your face. Now the main issue is Meditoad. I can probably live one hit from Meditoad, but damn, it is going to hurt. It is definitely going to hurt. I actually don't even remember what their last Loomian could be. I don't even know if I've seen it, to be honest. I think I can live one hit, maybe. We do pretty good damage to the Meditoads. Come on, you live. No, I don't live, damn it, man! Yeah, that was a pretty rough team, Lo. That was a pretty rough team. Bronsu was their last one. I think I can still win with Diborg. Here is actually the main issue. I'm not gonna outspeed the Meditoad, so I need to Barter here before I do anything. Okay, thanks for the held item. You got my Heavy Shackles and you gave me Rageful. You can't hit me super effectively, can you? No. That's fine. This means I'm going to outspeed them now and most likely one-shot them. I think actually another issue is I don't know if I'm going to outspeed the Meditoad. Yeah, that was a little rough. And honestly, the Pyrolon, I was really scared about it being a potential Fanning Flame one. Meditoad, man. Even the Cram boss, that was unfortunate, but it kind of put in work. It put in pretty good work. Let's just go for Muck Blast. It's most likely going to outspeed me. Oh! I outspeed them. Okay. I won. I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting to kind of lose that one. I didn't think that was like a great matchup for me, but gotta say, I got a little bit lucky. And yeah, I was not expecting that volcanic pyro on that. Freaking hurts. Oh, Kaylin, next battle. Unfortunately, I do see Phage Knot, although generally these are very melee tanky, so I think we can actually hit it pretty hard still. We just might need at least one Tempest before it switches in. But they do have a Stratosaur, bulky metal type, and potentially could have Perch and Foreman. Older than that low, Whippledriff looks pretty good. We just gotta get rid of a few threats first. Okay, not gonna lie, the Arceus is a little bit scary. They go for the Foreman lead, this is fine. We have Mamask on the field, and they probably know that this is gonna be a Mamask, so they are most likely gonna go for Zip Zap here. I could just go for Slapdown and remove Specialty Goggles low. I really want to go for bars, but I'm going to go for Slapdown. And yep, looks like they're went for Zip Zap, so that is going to be a lot of Foreman's health. He is going to lose the Specialty Goggles, and it's under half health, so it's not going to get priority anymore. They do break my Facade, but that's completely fine. Foreman is no longer a threat anymore. Like, yeah, if it can live a Tempest, it can hit my Whippledriff with Deep Freeze, but I think we're good. I don't think it can even live a Tempest. Foreman is that weak now. Okay, straight into the Phage Knot. I don't really want to lose my Mamask immediately, because they're definitely just going to go for a Flash and Flee, right? I kind of want to hit it with a Slapdown, just to get rid of his held item, but I don't think it really matters. I want to go Plasmoth. Actually, could I go Whippledriff against this, expecting it to go for Flash and Flee? I'll hit it with a fadeaway to at least do a little bit of damage, and this will let us scout to see if it is a normal malware ability, and it is. I want to assume Flash and Flee, but I think it's a little bit too risky, so I'm just going to go Plasmoth. Because honestly, I don't have an Earth-type Loomian, so they should just go for Zip Zap every time, but nope, it's Flash and Flee. So maybe it's Thunder Strike, not Zip Zap. I could have gone Whippledriff low, I'm just saying. I could have done it. I was predicting it. I kind of overthought it a little bit low. Okay, I'm assuming Arceus here if they have it. No, Foreman. I am fine with this. Wait, why did they go Foreman? I definitely outspeed it. Sure, I'll just knock it out. I really don't understand this, but it is one less Loomian for my Whippledriff to KO. I feel like that was really bad. They should have saved that to sacrifice it. I don't know why they did that. Do they just not have a switch in for Plasmoth? No Asteros, really? They do have Asteros. Why did they do that? I'm so confused. Why did they do that? Also, yeah, I don't actually have a switch in for Asteros, so we need to go Krakaloa, but I can't Soul Burst. We have to stay in base form, Krakaloa. That critical hit is really unfortunate. Let's go for Dark Surge. I kind of need to see how much Primal Slash or Outburst is going to do to me, but this is most likely going to be Gloves or Boots, so they're going to switch out. I'm going to get some free damage. Oh, that is huge. That is quad effective. I'm loving this. Not as much as I would have liked, but still pretty freaking good. Heerlen, I would like to go back into my mask at some point to get some Babs down again. I don't really want to go Plasmoth, because it is my only switch in to the... What am I trying to think about again? Phage Knots. So yeah, I kind of want the Diborg as well, because I could batter Heavy Shackles onto Asteros. That would be huge. Ah, screw it. I'm just going to go Plasmoth. And hope for the best, I guess. Nova Blasts. My range attack does fall, which actually really sucks, because that means my Ferroblast is most likely not going to knock it out now. Let's see, low. Do they go for a withdraw here? I feel like if I were in their situation, I would just click Nova Blast again, just get the K1 Plasma. Looks like that's what they're gonna do, and yeah. I think I probably wouldn't have knocked it out anyway. I just barely live! Okay. It might be a roll. No, it has quite literally 1 health. Yeah. The -1 range attack really screwed me over. That is really unfortunate. Well, let's go Whippledriff in and try to do as much damage as possible now. I'm probably forgetting a Loomian, I'm not gonna lie. That probably really should have meant I kept Plasmoth around. I just can't remember what it is. I feel like I'm like forgetting a Loomian that they potentially could have, and Plasmoth is like my only switch in for it, but I can't think of what it is. Okay, leave the Holy Bunch in. I'll take my free speed increase. I mean, yeah, I don't think they really have a switch in for this, to be honest, so I can't really blame them for it. Let's see, what is your next Loomian low? It's Azeroth. Yeah, I am definitely gonna outspeed this. Even if you're Boots, I am very nimble. Boots +1. I definitely will outspeed you. Unless you're a clutch plushie, which would suck. But no. So yeah, I'm assuming Boots because they went Azeroth. But yeah, Whippledriff is gonna put in some pretty good work now. It just kind of sucked that they threw away their Foreman. I could have had a null or free knockout. There's Dressel. I have got Diabog to switch into this. The only issue is I can't really hit it unless it Soul Bursts. Do I just want to hit it? I kinda just want to hit it, to be honest, but it's probably not a smart idea. Right. I'm +2. I'm gonna actually damage calc this. This might be worth a damage calc. Yeah, we're only gonna do like 40%, so I think it's worth switching. We can try and weaken the Stratosaur first. So let's do this. I mean, we have got Diabog to switch in and maybe take a couple of hits. And yeah, this was my Plasma switch in. I was forgetting something. Surprisingly, they actually went for a Magnify. I could have just hit it then, because this would have probably taken maybe more damage than 40%, because it's a lot slower than Soul Burst strat. Let's go for a square one. We can just get rid of low stat increases. But nope, they go for the withdraw into Phage. That is fine. All stats were reset. Yep, so that's fine. I guess I could batter Heavy Shackles onto Phage Knot. It's just Phage Knot and Stratosaur. Honestly, I should just let Whippledriff go down, I guess. I should just click Tempest and just do as much damage as possible. Krakaloa isn't very useful here either. I think we just go Krakaloa and throw out a fire type move, I guess. Mamask. Mamask isn't very useful either, though. I'll go Mamask. I think they're gonna go for Zip Zap. They should Zip Zap, right? They're not gonna go for Flash and Free. Yeah, okay. So it is double pivot. Mamask actually lives. So here we're kind of forcing the Stratosaur to Soul Burst to outspeed me, or it's gonna get outsped. I'm gonna go for, I think just Fade Away here, back into Diabog, I guess. Okay, so they do go for the Soul Burst, that means my Mamask is definitely gonna die, so see you, Mamask, but that does mean that they don't go for a Magnify, so that's pretty good. And my Diabor can actually hit it with a Muck Blast now as well. I could actually poison it. Poisoning it might be better if I can stall it out. Muck Blast might just be better though, because I might just get a Lucky Poison. So, come on baby! Let's go! Hit him with the Lucky Poison! And if Phage Knot does switch in, that's completely fine, because usually they're melee tankies, so we can actually hit it decently hard, I guess. Okay, they actually do choose to stay in, and they click Magnify. You did see what I clicked the last time we had this matchup, right? And I get the poison. That is so funny. I'm sorry, man, but I'm just gonna click square one again. You've already seen me click square one. Why would you think I wouldn't get rid of your stat increases? Airstrike, okay, so let's Soul move out of the way now. So my Whippledriff might potentially live a hit from Stratosaur if I need it to. Okay, so here's the thing. I could actually just go into Krakaloa here because we don't really need Krakaloa. And then I can just fire up an air-type move, let Krakaloa go down, get Whippledriff in, and then just click Nature's Force. But Krakaloa is actually going to be maybe useful against the Phage Knot. Because if Dialog wins this 1v1, which it definitely will, I heavy shackles the Phage Knots. I'll give Whippledriff the chance to 1v1 it. If Whippledriff loses that, Krakaloa's gonna outspeed Phage Knot and just win me the battle. So yeah, we just click Mug Blast. I think it's guaranteed game now. They go into Phage Knots. Okay. I need to batter it. This kinda sucks. I'm gonna go for batter, but they're gonna go for Zip Zap. How much damage are they going to do? Please don't be too much. Heavy armor. Rejuvenate. Okay. That's fine. I actually outspeed them now. I could go for poison here. I don't think it's worth it, though. I think we just go back into Whippledriff. They're definitely gonna go for Zip Zap here to do as much damage as possible now. They do. Whippledriff can tank one of those. I don't think we tank a hit though anymore from Stratosaur. I guess I can do a quick speed count. Do I outspeed Stratosaur? Oh yeah, I outspeed it. It's not even close, so we can actually just stay in here and go for an attack, I guess. Nice. This should actually just knock it out, right? And if it doesn't, it should take it down low enough so Poison will knock it out. Okay, that completely works. Nice. Also, the calc I did earlier for the damage, see how much Tempest would do to a Stratosaur, I tested it on normal Stratosaur, not the Solbra, so I could have actually just two-shotted the Stratosaur, because it would have done like 46 to 55% instead of 40% at max. So, because like Magnify, I could have just clicked Tempest and swept earlier, to be honest. This is fine though. We actually live vanilla hit from Phage Knot, so I just get to hit it twice now. And like I said many times in this battle, Phage Knot is not range tanky. Or generally and because we saw heavy armor, we know it's not. So we are going to do a lot of damage, and Krakaloa can actually win with the game. So, or actually Dialog could as well. Nice, Rejuvenate, that does not matter, man. You're just kind of wasting your own energy. And I can click 2 Nature's Forces still. So yeah, I probably could have just gone for Tempest and basically got a Whippledriff sweep, other than the Foreman. Also a critical hit, nice. Doesn't even knock it out low, unfortunate. But, I don't know, I feel like I probably could have got one-shot by Stratosaur if it went for a Soul Burst move instead of a Magnify. I feel like they got a little bit greedy, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, Whippledriff is pretty good. Especially like with the Tempest buff. Before the Tempest buff, it's The only like reason you would really think about using a Whippledriff was mostly just like buff the air-type Loomians or the toxic-type Loomians that get mega buff now from the wind or gust weather. So like Snagoop, Morphezu do insane in gust, but the downside is you have to run a Whippledriff. But now with Tempests, it's pretty like self-sufficient. It's pretty good. I'm not gonna say broken. There are like switch-ins for it, but it might be a little bit too good. You know what I mean? I feel like Tempest could maybe use a little bit of a decrease in power, and it might be fine with just that. Maybe. We'll see, though. Because I did do some polls recently. They've ended. I put up 2 polls. One of them was for Whippledriff, and one of them was for Sukame. Just asking if people thought they were too good and if they needed a nerf. I think Whippledriff is fine for now. Maybe give it one more season and revisit it, but if it does need a nerf, I think Tempest will be fine with just like a small strength decrease. And then for Sukame, I do think it's really, really good. I don't want to say like broken, but maybe a little bit too good. I feel like it could probably lose ice type coverage just so we can't hit things like Dokomari. So like there's like a really good answer for it, because right now you can't really stop it from pivoting, and like the most common thing that does stop it from pivoting gets bodied by Frost Beam. So maybe we'll leave it low because people voted that just to leave them both alone. So for Season 2 I'm not going to touch them, but in Season 2, if they are too good, I'll probably look into nerfing them for Season 3.